Hey everybody, we are here, day 8 of Junk Journal Round Robin, a creative, collaborative challenge with myself, my friends Cindy over at Studio Lou and Mary Ellen over at Red Parrot. Be sure and check them out. Hashtag JJ Round Robin to see what we're up to every day of the month of April. Today's the 8th, and we have 2 packages, and they're kind of both squishy. Kinda maybe. I always start with Mary Ellen's and all her washi, but I'm going to start with Cindy's today. Looks like she's wrapped it in wrapping paper and masking tape. And, well, you know, we try to salvage that. But as you know, wrapping paper is thin and papery and likes to, you know, stuff likes to stick to it fairly easy. But I'm going to try to salvage it. It might come in handy. Okie dokie. We have, set that aside. We have some sparkly, really sparkly, shiny. I don't know how shiny it is with you guys, but it's really shiny here. It's tissue paper with like a copper or rose gold dots. Very pretty. Told you it's squishy. And a big chunk of fabric. Blue. Ooh, pretty. Fabric. Okay. Boy, hopefully Mary Ellen has set me up with a focal point on this one. So we have the wrapping paper, the tissue paper, and the fabric that we can work with. So Mary Ellen has gifted me some more washi. And she's wrapped her package in, feels like a magazine page. And she has gifted me this magazine page and some napkins. Okay, well, so I will say this. We kind of can work together and go together, but we don't have any sort of... we don't have any sort of focal point. So, I have a couple options. I could make some bases, some basic stuff, journal cards or tags or whatever, without bases. Without focal points, and just use them when I need them. Or I could put you guys on hold and I could search for some focal points. I think since I essentially have 3 backgrounds to work with. Because, you know, I don't have to use the packaging. I feel inclined that I need to put this on hold and find some focal points. I've got some simple bases here. I could just cover these all and call it done. But I think you guys would more appreciate it if I found some focal points and did some finished products. So I'll put you on hold and I'll be back. Okay, I am back with some focal points. Yay. That was I just turned on my sewing machine because I have a feeling I might be doing some sewing since I'm working with fabric. So my focal points, I just went through my bin. I've got a Tracy Fox Creative Foxy Foxes. I think they will go well with these 2 pieces. And then I pulled out these 2. These 2 are Cindy over at Studio Lou on her Patreon. Each month she sends out a Journal With Me kit with a bunch of random images, and they're fabulous. And these were in that stash of yummies that I have from her. But I think they will be very pretty on that. So, I think I want to start with these. And I think I'm going to go ahead and set this in our scraps because I'm not going to use it, but it's a good piece. And then I'm going to do away with that one. Can't foresee that we'll use that. And I love you, Cindy, and thanks for all the fabric, but I don't think I'm going to use all of this today. So it will go in the scrap bin as well. Very pretty fabric, for sure. Let me think about it for a minute. Let me think about what I want to do. I think I need to back these eggs. We'll set you aside a minute. We'll back these eggs, give them some little stability. Almost out of a glue stick. Okay, so I'll back these to give them a little bit more stability. Get that out of our way. I know, I just quote unquote wasted a whole folder on these two images, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And I'm thinking just need a square of this. And then I just need a square of this for this. And I want to sew around these, sew the fabric onto the, but I want to, let me see if I have, I'm kind of feeling like I might have some, what is that grass, that mossy stuff? thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Spanish moss. That's what it's called. I'm wondering if I can incorporate some of it. Ugh. As I sew. What do you think? Do you think that's going to be feasible? You think my sewing machine's going to sew it on there? What do you think? Let's see here. 1, 2, 3. Let's just give it a try. That's all we can do, right? Oh, come on. There we go. Let's see what it does. I probably... let me kind of give a little glue to this guy. Actually, oi, I'm thinking about 12 different things all at once right here, right now. We probably should ink it before we sew it down. And give us a little glue. Give us a little plunk down. Give us a little ink. And now that I think about it, so my thought process was to back these as well. So I probably should figure out my backing before I sew. Right? Is that right? Let's see, what can we use these for? My thought process was initially that these would be journal cards with a little floof on them. Let's just do this. Doesn't have to be exact because it's going to be on the back. Yep. So I'll sandwich these. I'll sandwich the fabric between them. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Now I got Spanish moss everywhere. Again, we don't have to be even. We do have to have some sort of semblance. Okay. So, now we want a glue stick. Did we ink that? Yes. Just enough to get us a plunk down. And just enough to get us a plunk down on the back. Probably should ink around this as well. roundabout size. Not really, but I'm way off on that one. Okay, let's try this again. That's a little better. And we're gonna ink. I feel like I'm rushed, and I don't know why. Just calm down, Shell. It's okay if this is a little bit of a longer video. I think I'm feeling like I've got too much to do for you guys, because I've got these cards, and then I've got the whole fox situation over there. But, you know, c'est la vie, c'est la vie. And I think my best bet is to sew around them first and then try to add the Spanish moss. So I think that's what we'll do. Okay, I am digging this. Check that out. Digging it. I love it. I love it. I love it so much, actually. Okay, let me do the other one. Let me do the other one real fast. My back square is a little shorter. Ooh, that glue stuck good. It's a little shorter on one inside, so I need to try to. Let me sew this one real quick. I'm playing bobbin chicken over here. And we made it. Yeah. So I like these. This is a fun way to do journal cards. Okay, Shell. Now, my thought process with the Spanish moss. Let's see if the sewing machine will sew it on. Do you think it will? We gotta try. We gotta try. I think it worked. Yee, I think it worked. Got a messy back, but that's okay. Okay, so let's see. Also got some thread. Can play with thread too. Oh. I'm going to wrap this one in thread. It's going to make me wish I would have put thread on the other one, but that's okay. Should we do it in the center again? I think so. Oh, dang it. Okay. Well, so we ran out of thread, and I'm not going to make you guys wait while I do that, but we are going to clip this with a paper clip right here. And then let's clean this. Okay. Ouch. Okay, moving on. Spanish moss is everywhere now. Okay. So moving on, I'm going to go ahead and shut my sewing machine off for the moment. I'll do that after this. I have a couple of I smushed something down in the moss and there was a little stick in there that poked my finger. Hurts. Anyways. I have some bases for some tags and some little cards. So let's see here if any of these want to be any of these. That's a little wolf. I mean, I guess it's a fox, but he looks a little wolfy. Do some fussy cutting. I bet. This is what I was thinking. What else we got up in here? Oh, more tags. More tags. Any of these go in here? Maybe. Let's do these two guys on a tag. I'm just going to cut the square out for now, but it might cut it down in a minute. And this one I'm going to fussy cut around. Okay. What are we doing here? Does this little guy fit? He does not. Does he fit here? Kind of does. Why not? While we're at it. So we can kind of make a coordinating set. Set those guys aside. He will fit on there. Okay. So that's trash. These are all go off to the side back where they came from. That. Okay. Okay, Shell, calm down. We're not on a timetable. No rule says we have to do this in a certain time. You got all the Spanish moss out of your way. I'm going to put these little fabric scrappies in the scrap box. And we'll set those aside. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We got all these little foxes. And all these bases. And this one has to be covered for sure. But I want to break down our napkin first. I think it's got another ply. Yep. Yeah. I'm 100% sure, but when you're working with napkins, you want to get all the way down to the ply that has the print on it. And you want to do that because if you start gluing, your plies are going to start coming apart. So I'm going to, since I'm working with tissue and napkin, I'm going to use some Mod Podge. And crusty little brush going on here. First we need to focus on covering this guy. I've got to desperately clean my space. Actually, I'm going to coat both sides, and I'm just going to wrap the napkin around it, I think. Might be a mistake, but might not. We got 2 to work with, so we're okay. And just trim that off, get that out of the way. Trim that off to get that out of the way. And I think, yep, for the most part, it covered it. There's a little section there. So let's see if we can, yep, I bet if we do another layer, it will cover it. We can use this as the front, just to make sure that it's covered. Okay, let that dry a minute. And meanwhile, we're gonna do we want to completely cover? We can completely cover all 3 of these. We can. Okay, perfect. This is going to be the trick. Get a good layer of Mod Podge is what I'm working with here. I'm going to try to go all the way to the edge so we'll be sure and get everybody in. Mod Podge likes to curl. At least it does on me. See it all curling up. It's okay. We're going to work with it. Okay, we got 3 covered completely. Probably should cut these so we don't have that issue going on, but that's okay. And let these dry a minute while we work on these. Now these have a textured background, so I think what I'm going to do with these, I'm just going to add bits. I'm going to work with the textured background that we already have. That'll be part of it. Instead of covering it completely, I guess is what I'm saying. Like we did the others. Oh, come on. Okay, and now I'm gonna salvage this, set it in our scrap box, because I think I can get enough out of these two to go on these, and then we'll be left with adding these to the rest. Does that make sense? Mod Podge is taking the shine off of this this textured background, which is interesting. I mean, I'm okay with it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But while I got it here, I'm going to go ahead and cover it all so we don't have weird shiny spots. Okay. Just because we have it. Oh, come on. And just so you know, this is an old ketchup bottle. I cleaned it out. My Mod Podge jar kept getting crusty and it was getting on my nerves. And it was impeding my art practice. So I made it happen with something else. And it has been working out fabulously. Okay. That's enough shell. You don't have to use every little piece. But we used a lot of it. Okay. So these guys are going to be on this. And I need to decide. First, I want to add some ink to this guy. Where's my ink dot? Oh, right in front of my face. I want something more on there. Let's see if there's anything in our scrap box from our previous couple of days that goes. No. Ooh, I got some of this. We can play with that. I can't save it forever. Right? Okay. We're going to trim his corners a little. Well, that was dumb shell. But I needed to get those little speckies out of the way. Let's see here. What else can we use on here? Anything else we got? Oh, we've got some of this washi floating around. It will go well. And I'm sure I have enough to work it into all the pieces. Again, coordinating. glue stick. We need to decide if we want to use this. How many pieces do we have? 1, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Can I get 6 pieces out of this, you think? I hate to... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4. Okay. That's my OCD, y'all. That's my OCD. You're welcome. See, here's where I get problems layering because I don't want to cover that up. I want to use it so you can see it. I don't want to cover it up. That's where I get in trouble with layering, is because okay, where's the, okay, I was like, where are the little guys to do with this? Okay. We're just going to start plunking things down and making it work. Making it happen. Maybe. You want me to apologize now for this being so long? Because it's going to be a long one. Take me 3 days to upload it. YouTube be like that sometimes. Okay, now these... I don't know. Again, one of the things that I struggle with is layering. And so anytime I have an opportunity to layer, I try to do it. I try to step out the box and make it happen. This little guy, he's not going to get he's not going to get all the washi all over everywhere. Might just get some down here and that be it. I could put some up there. Just because. Okay. And while I'm here, might as well poke a hole in them. And let them sit across and dry a minute. We're going to go to this guy. And this was this little guy. What do you think about leaving that flappy? I mean, how would that be for a different little? We'll leave it for a minute and see what I think. Oh, come on. We can cut it off. And I need to look at this. Look at my pencil. It's all covered in washi scraps. This guy already has a hole. And give him some ink. And give him a little waxy page. And that was dumb shell because that's going to cover him up. So let's do this. Let's scoot it over. And we'll trim it off. Ooh, it's messy. And as far as the washi, do just a little bitty bit. Right there. Tag is stuck to the tray. Okay. Now, this created its own tag, but I had to back it. But I feel like I need a little bit of Oh, I'm looking for something. I guess I have any. I was looking for a little piece. I was looking for a little piece to back. But I don't have anything really in this scrap. Ooh. I got that. Can I add? Oh, you could write a little bit of something on there if you wanted to. This is from the Queen of Hearts from the other day. I'll just plug that down there. Does it need a little bit of washing? Why not? Okay. Now I want to see if I can round my corners. It's a chunk, but it's taking it. And then I'm gonna ink it really good. Probably need to do some Mod Podge around the edge. Just to kind of seal it. That napkin on there. There's a little frayed at the top. Okay, I'm going to set him right here and let him dry right here. Okay, moving on. I got these 3 to go. Let's see if I can trim them up. Without causing too much of a havoc. I could probably tear this off, but we're not gonna russ and fuss with that. We're just gonna trim. Two. Okay. We have 1, 2, 3, and we have 1, 2, 3 images. And then we have 1, 2, 3 little chunkies of stuff. Okay, but first we need this. So I'm gonna try to go, okay, lower, lower, and upper. Upper. And lower. Lower. Okay. Now let's plunk these down a little bit. Get some glue going on. I'm going to trim this just a little. And we'll get some Mod Podge going on. And I can easily Mod Podge this image on there. Yeah, why not? Well, let's do this. Let's do a little squirt of glue. And then we'll do like a glue and a Mod Podge. And we'll plunk him down. And then we'll cover him with Mod Podge. And he's crooked. And I didn't ink him. Oiga boiga. I just told myself I need to ink all 3 of these before I get too crazy with them. And he's the one that needed the ink the most because he's got a lot of yellow up there. I knew I'd do that. That's okay. Maybe it won't be that obvious. And let's plunk this down. And we'll Mod Podge this. And then we'll glue / Mod Podge this guy. He's gonna go right there. Then we'll Mod Podge over him. And then now onto this guy. Now, I'm going to go over this nope. We're going to wait because we got to add our random washi. I think we're going to try this. Washi goes down with Mod Podge too. Woot. I say that as it curls up. Listen here. Don't make a fool of me. Don't make me. Oh, that was silly shell. Stacked it on top of each other and it's wet. Oh, come on. This one's being contrary. Fine, I'll dip into the glue. Got a little bitty bit of washi left. Let's fill this hole right up here. Anybody else? Why not? Okay. Ooh. Okay. Yeah. Now, I'm going to let these guys dry because Mod Podge takes a minute. And I'm going to take a break and let that happen. And then we'll come back and we'll finish them out. How's that? Okay, we are back and we are all dry. And what I've noticed is, which I was wondering if that was going to be the case. So the little piece of waxed book page did not stick on there. And so I'm wondering if we take a heat gun and make it stay that way. Of course, now the dilemma is going to be is I'm not sure if I heated up the wax or the glue underneath, but we'll have to see if that's going to work. So far, it looks like it's going to work. So let's hit everybody with some ink on our edges. Yeah, see how it's pulled off? And I used my weld bond, which surprisingly, I'm surprised that didn't. But on this one, it looks like it's that heat, hitting it with the heat gun is helping it. So we did that one. So let's do these other two. And then I guess I'll hit it with the heat gun on this other stuff as well. Now, these are kind of like unfinished edges per se. Like they're kind of scruffy. And I'm just going to leave them like that. I'm not going to stress it. Oh, while we got the ink out. I don't know that ink's going to really make much difference on these brown cards, but, you know. Let's, so everybody's going to get a touch with the heat gun just to, kind of, basically I'm melting the wax into the background, which is still kind of cool. So I'd be curious, Cindy, if you're watching, or anybody else who's played around with these waxed papers, like how's best. I mean, I guess you could sew them on there. I guess they would stay down with sewing, but basically, like I said, I'm melting them into the paper. Okay. And what always happens is my mat warps a little bit, but that's okay. All part of it. Yeah, I think that's going to make them better. Yep. Oh, that was still a little wet. Yeah, I like that better, actually. I wonder, what else did I do the wax on? Let me look through my stack here. What else did I use the wax paper on? Oh yeah, it was these guys. Oh, I can't do it on that. So this one's okay. I bet this one's going to be okay too, because it's sewn right there. It's stuck down on this side and this side. So I think these are going to be okay. They were just popping up on the little foxes. So, okay. So what do we have here? We have 2 tags, and then, well, 3 tags, little square, rectangle tag. And then we have these 3 things. I want some floof for these 2. And I have, let's see what I have. We'll use that. I'm going to make this hole a little bigger, I think. Oh, not with that. Make that hole a little bigger with this guy. I feel like there was something more I was going to do to these, but when I came back, but I don't know what else that something more was, so I don't know. We'll just assess the situation in just 1 second, see what we've got. Okay, so with this, we have done, we're on day 8, I believe. We had this material from Cindy, and oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to sew this before I came back. Well, we still got to sew this. But we made 2 journal cards with this fabric. And then totally unrelated, we used the gold napkin of from Mary Ellen. And we accented all of these. Three tags and 3 little cards. Along with this from Mary Ellen. Oop, we still have some of that left, so. So yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces out of all that. I'm pretty pleased. These, I love these. These are just, for some reason, I just love this. I think it's just really fun. And then, of course, we have the foxes. These need to go in a book press to straighten them out, but I like that little card a lot. And then these 2. So, yeah, not bad, not bad, not bad. Thanks for joining me, and we'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 9, and we'll do some more tomorrow. So, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys then. Bye for now.